Yeah, what's up, good people, and welcome to another episode of Keep It Thorough, where we give you the real behind business health, money, and self development, and introduce engaging concepts to help you perform better in all areas of life. I'm your host, Cedric Lavelle, joined by my counterpart, E Double.
E double.
I'm not doing no sound effects this week, bro.
No sound effects this time.
Just gonna keep it simple, dog.
E double. We'll keep it simple.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but we coming back at y'all. Episode 86. This one is titled Brain Gain. How to keep your mind sharp and active. So as always, great episode lined up for y'all. And be sure to subscribe and follow all the social media on all the social media platforms. So your Instagram, your Facebooks, your Threads, YouTube, all that good stuff. And then also on the podcast platform. So on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify, which is our personal favorite. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on there, and then you'll get updated when the new episodes drop every Tuesday. And I don't know if we actually talked about this a lot, but and this intro being a little longer than it should be. My bad, Sid. But
I'm not gonna judge you. It's all right. I ain't gonna say nothing.
No, but look, I don't know if we actually ever really talked about, and maybe we did. Maybe I'm just tripping. But the new episodes come out on the podcast on Tuesdays, right? So all those podcast platforms, and then the video comes out on Thursday. And now that I said that, we have said that before, so you already know that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and kick this thing off, man.
You just like repeating yourself, and it's okay. No one's judging you.
Hey, man. Repetition is the father of learning.
It's the brain. It's the brain gain. Nah, man. Brain gain. So, man, I was very. What's the good word to use for it? I guess just keep it simple. Interested. Obviously, I'm interested in all of our topics, man. But just looking into this one and researching and doing some reading, found a lot of good information as it relates to just your brain. And for this particular episode, obviously, you know, as everybody knows, we're not doctors or, you know, training in their profession. But this particular episode is basically going to be about behaviors, just certain things that you can do to help your cognitive behaviors, help your thought process, help improve your brain functionality, just so you can see potentially better results, right? And with that being said,
for those of you who may not know what cognitive is, right? It's of or relating to being or involving conscious intellectual activity. So examples of that is thinking, reasoning, remembering. So yeah, that's important because I work with some cognitive services and AI and artificial intelligence, and we get asked that a lot. What cognitive, you know what I mean? Like what do I mean by that? So that's what cognitive is for the listeners out there.
Hey, that's very well put, Dr. Dictionary. No, I'm playing.
Hey, well, you know that's where the information came from.
Nah,
you know?
Yeah, nah, for sure. Nah, but absolutely, everything that you said was spot on, and I think that you know, with the brain, I think many people are interested in doing three different things, right? And I think it's sharpening their thinking, improving their memory, and enhancing the functionality, right? Sharper memory, you know, as people age and get older, everybody wants to have a better memory. You know what I'm saying? Improving your memory, but then sharpening your thinking. Obviously, whether you're an entrepreneur, work in any profession, and just day-to-day life, you know, you want to have sharper thinking. You want to be able to make better decisions. You want to be able to, you know, be more precise, more efficient in the way that you approach things. And the brain has a significant impact on how those things kind of can operate and what direction that you go, right? And so there's a lot to gain when there's a dedicated focus to improving your brain, because it's the command center. It's what gives all the demands that allows us to be more responsible for how we coordinate and how we do things throughout our day to day, right? And so with the brain, it just operates and enhances and affects a wide range of physical demands and mental processes that we go through on a day to day basis. And it's imperative to do some of the things, or not some of the things, but all of the things that can help improve your brain functioning, right? It's something that'll allow you to that'll pay dividends long term, whether it's through foods, exercise, and we'll get through more details on that. But doing all of those things can certainly help you, uh, but certainly being intentional as it relates to the brain can really help out in the short term and also in the long term. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely, man. So now talking about the mind, right? And cognitive ability, improving your memory, sharpening your thinking, all those good things. It's important to talk about the mind and body connection, right? And becoming more sharp, mentally aware, etc., requires a collection of things working together that contributes to the sharpness of your brain functionality. So similar to how physical health can influence your mental sharpness, your mental state can have a huge impact on your physical well-being. So to dive a little bit deeper into that, if you're in a bad mental state, when you're depressed, maybe some things recently happened to you, such as, I don't know, you could have lost your job, you just could have got divorced, somebody could have just recently passed away that was very close to you. Whatever the case may be, those types of the effects those have on your mental health can also have an effect on your physical health, right? So like that's that mind body connection, and it's very important to recognize and understand that, because it's multifaceted the way it works. Realizing the multifaceted connection, or I should say nature of cognitive health is important. It's very important to realize that, and by being intentional, we can target areas that need attention through whether exercise, diet, social life, stress management, or improve sleep. So it's important to, again, remember it's multifaceted. Our cognitive ability. It's not just about your mental. It's about your body as well, and vice versa. You take care of your body, take care of your mind, right? Because it's been already proven. You can go research it and look it up, that physical exercise improves your physical health, right? Like your and even your mental health. It helps you with becoming sharper and things like that. And it's also the other way around. Your mental health or mental state can have an effect on your physical health. If you're depressed and you're just not in the, you get a good space and you're just down on yourself, that can have a huge impact on your physical health as well. So it's a very holistic thing to be mindful of when we're talking about your brain and your cognitive abilities and your abilities to be quick witted and remember things, like
Right.
and just being sharp, being as sharp as you possibly can be, for whatever it is. But so yeah,
Absolutely.
it's in summary, it's a holistic thing that you need to pay attention to. It's multifaceted, your mind and body connection, and listen to the cues, right? Like if you're tired, you're yawning a lot, you might not be getting enough sleep, which will have an effect on how quickly your brain can react and do certain things, right? Or if you're experiencing some other type of physical or health issues, you need to address those, which can also increase your mental capacity, or not necessarily capacity, but its functionality and how well it performs. So
That makes sense. And one thing too that I think is highly beneficial, especially with certain things that we do with our podcast and how we talk about an array of different things from business, health, money, self development. When it comes to health, I think it's highly important that every individual gets, well, not gets, but becomes more of a participant in how their health is developed over time. You know what I'm saying? Like not allowing um, social media or, not allowing things just to kind of just go by or be swept under the rug, but really be an active participant in how you manage your health, what you do from a day-to-day basis to maintain a good quality of health. You don't have to be a avid researcher, but just having some sort of general knowledge about certain things concerning the way that your body functions, I feel it's imperative. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be from the brain to the heart to other aspects of the body, just like you were saying, like really having that holistic approach just to your health in general, I feel can make a significant impact on the way that your present and your future can potentially be, right? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really important to know. Um, but in addition to that as well, too, maintaining the action is just as important to making the action happen, right? And so he kind of said some things that I feel can be implemented from a week to week, day to day type of standpoint. So whether it be through physical exercise, whether it be through a balanced diet, whether it be through mental exercises, all of those things can pay off in the long run, right? So with physical exercising, we know that with physical exercise, it helps improve, your blood flow to the brain, right? And it improves the cognitive functions and boosts your overall mental health. And I know from personal experiences when working out, my mood is drastically different. I believe E can attest to that as well. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
no, no, absolutely. Getting up in the morning and working out and then going to work, I'm way more sharper. I'm quicker. I'm more productive. I'm not lagging. I'm not lethargic or nothing. You know what I mean? It just puts you in the mood where you just ready to go, 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 go.
Absolutely.
Blood
So it
flowing. Just
builds
got me
you in.
excited right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Go. You might have to go run a couple miles after you get off this podcast. You know what I'm saying? If you
I
choose to do
might.
so, but I ain't gonna do that.
Nah.
You got it. But physical exercise, and then with a balanced diet, eating a diet that's rich with fruits and vegetables and proteins and fats can nourish the brain and protect it from different stresses, right? And so that's always beneficial. Some healthy brain foods like fatty fish, broccoli, pumpkin seeds, dark chocolate, oranges, blueberries. You know what I'm saying? Blueberries. You know what I'm
Blueberries.
saying? That's a little inside thing. Blueberries, but those things can help with the brain function. And then with the mental exercises, doing things like puzzles and reading and writing, or even playing musical instruments. Certain things that can really cause your brain to um, have positive stress to it, to do things to kind of stretch your capabilities, stretch your thinking, make you really kind of be involved in using your brain in different ways. And I think that's imperative because it can really allow you to become a better thinker. I think it can help you create better ideas because you're training your brain to think in different ways to produce different results. You know what I'm saying? And so doing some of those basic things and having those things become a part of your lifestyle, man, it can make a major impact, not in just your life, but also the people that are around you as well too.
No, that's good, man. That's actually a good segue into the next thing I'm going to talk about, right? Which is, so when you're improving your cognitive behavior, it's like perfecting the skill set in many ways. So like both require patience and dedication, and just like a person experienced in any field, before they became experienced in that field, they made a lot of mistakes, and even once you are well equipped and knowledgeable in the field, you're still gonna adopt new strategies, and then those various different things and those experiences, they improve your problem solving capabilities, which goes back to what Sid was just talking about. Like stretching yourself and pushing yourself past your limits and improving your cognitive abilities, right? Like I work in tech, and when you're coding, it's a very different and complex way of thinking. Like you can't think about that stuff like how you think about even something as simple as numbers. If you ask a software developer, is zero a number? All of them are going to tell you yes. But if you ask a regular person if zero is a number, it's debatable whether they'll say yes or no. Like, yeah,
Right.
no, but from in coding, everything starts at zero index. So if there's 4 items, it's going to say 0, 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? But there's just different ways that you got to think about different things. And
Right,
when you
right.
test yourself and push yourself, you get better. You get just like a skill. So that's the correlation between those two things, right? And just like that skill set, though, it takes a lot of effort from you, willingness to shift the mindset, and consistency. So think about it like that, right? If you want to get sharper, improve your performance, and all those things, it's gonna take work, just like anything else that you're trying to improve at in your life. So just be mindful of that and look at it like a new skill, right? Or really, this is even better and much more important than just learning a new skill, because this is the foundation for you to learn those new skills.
Learn the skills.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
this is your brain and how they function. So this is even much deeper than learning a skill. It's literally, like I said, the foundation on which you can learn new skills. Opening your mind up and really pushing yourself and your cognitive abilities. So it's like crafting the cognitive picture. It's like an artist. Learning a skill. You're an artist. So go ahead and paint yourself a beautiful picture.
Paint yourself a beautiful picture. You know what I'm saying? Sharpening your tools. And with doing all of those things, it's always important to, and I know we say this a lot of times too, just having a plan. You know what I'm saying? With everything that you do, it starts with a plan. It starts with a course of action. It starts with the mindset. Ironically, we're talking about the brain, but it starts with the mindset of really wanting to experience change, wanting to experience things that are different, wanting to see a different future, wanting to present yourself with different opportunities and possibilities. So it all starts with the plan. It all starts with putting something down on paper. It all starts with putting something in your phone, whatever the case may be. But it starts with the plan, right? And so when it comes to improving the brain functionality, 5 things that can be highly beneficial for you would be to, 1, make movement a habit, right? Start getting up, move your body, move around, find workout routines, whether it be from home or in the gym, but allocate time to daily have some physical activity, choosing exercise you enjoy, and bring that consistency and fun with every routine. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times people look at working out and exercise as like a chore, but if you find something fun that you love doing, whether it's dancing, whether it's CrossFit, whether it's bodybuilding, doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? But just something that keeps your body active can help and really put you on the best path forward. Then the next thing would be just to choose brain boosting foods, and we kind of talked about that earlier. But optimizing your diet to include foods that benefit cognitive health, right? So like your omega-3s, antioxidants, lean proteins, complex carbohydrates, anything to that degree can be beneficial. And just goes to what we were talking about earlier about being an active participant in your health, right? Because a lot of these things I've seen years and years and years over time, it's all the same things, right? It never changes about what they recommend that you eat, whether it's lean proteins, whether it's antioxidants, whether it's whole grain foods. Those things really don't change, and so building those habits can really contribute to making the progress that you need, not even just for your mental well-being, but for your physical well-being in addition to that. Then also like challenging your mind. So like we were talking about with puzzles and considering a new language or a new skill. Those are things that you can do to help and improve your mental capacity and empower your brain and improve its functionality. Then the fourth thing would be just prioritizing your sleep, which is a little bit of a struggle for me sometimes. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to you, but for some
Hey,
reason my brain still
which is very important though. So
my
it
brain still
says saying
works.
that now, but then he'll soon find out that as he get older, there may be some cognitive decline. You know,
Nah,
he
you
need
know what
to
I'm saying.
realize that he need to get
I eat
that
a lot of
he need to
fruits
get
and
that
vegetables.
sleep. You know,
I
them
sleep. I sleep.
blueberries is only
I
gonna
sleep.
last so
They
long.
ain't gonna last for so long. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. You know, I got to do better in that area. But definitely prioritizing your sleep it's important. It's crucial. You definitely want to make sure you get enough sleep and maintaining a consistent sleep schedule. And then the next thing would just be staying socially active, right? And so building a strong social network and maintaining healthy relationships can boost your emotional health and help keep your mind active. So getting around new people, you know, having new conversations, definitely getting involved with people that can empower you, offer you good insight and good feedback. That helps. You know, getting around people who just gossip and don't be talking about nothing, that ain't gonna really benefit you. You know what I'm saying? So definitely get around people that's gonna challenge you intellectually. You know, that way you can kind of bring different things to a conversation, and also, you know, consider things that can pique your interest as well too through those conversations.
Absolutely. And that really kind of takes us to the end here, where we kind of summarize, right? And first thing first, I think whenever you're trying to do anything, every journey starts with a step, right? So the first thing you need to do is make your first move, take your first step. And that's just super important. And said mentioned earlier that we said all the time, the importance of planning. So start with a plan, put a plan together. What are some things that you can do that we just mentioned throughout this episode that you can write down and get started on? So whether that's physical exercise, whether you want to go that route first, whether you want to pay attention to a balanced diet, start there. Or whether you just want to do mental exercises. So, different brain puzzles or,
Rubik's
writing or
cubes.
reading are also, mental exercises, but a Rubik's cube, if I can say that.
A
But
Rubik's.
yeah, just and if you want to do all three, you can do that as well, right? So, first thing is to get started. And then also realizing that once you get started, the multifaceted nature of cognitive health and then that connection between mind and body, because we all go through various phases of our life where I know I've dealt with depression. I know Sid talked about it. He's dealt with depression. I know a lot of people deal with depression, especially during COVID. I think people who maybe had never really even experienced it experience depression, and that'll have an effect on your mental health and your cognitive abilities and all those things, your ability to pay attention and focus and all those different things. So it's very important that as you create that plan and you start that plan, that you're aware of that multifaceted nature and how you have to listen to your mind and your body and make the necessary adjustments, because it's not going to be smooth sailing, right? You're going to hit some
Right.
you're gonna hit some bad weather, and it's gonna be some bumpy waves. So just be mindful of that. And then as you go through that journey, it's very important to just constantly remind yourself that it's a journey. It's gonna take time, but over time you'll begin to see improvements and benefits. Like
Right.
you may just remember things where you before it might have, you might have forgot things
Slipped your
that
mind and
just
stuff.
that recently happened or slip your mind, right? Or you'll just be much sharper when you're trying to solve problems or help your kids with your homework, or at work if you're working on complex problems and trying to solve problems, and now you're the one quick coming up with a solution, or whatever the case may be. But over time, you'll realize the improvements, and you'll also realize the improvements in your physical fitness, So like I do some boxing at Mayweather Boxing and Fitness Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. When you're throwing punches and stuff like that, like your attention, your focus, you know, all of those things are playing. Your mental and physical are at play when you're dealing with something like boxing, as well as a bunch of other sports. So, you will definitely realize improvements. I know when I started working out, and at the beginning of last year, I was very heavily focused on making sure I was getting 8 hours of sleep, and not only that, making sure that my sleep schedule was the same every single day. So even on days I didn't have to work, I still was getting up at the same time and going to sleep at the same time. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that I seen a whole lot of improvements in my life when I was doing that. It was very hard to keep doing that though. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna pretend, and that's why I'm not doing it right now. I'm still way better and have so much more of a consistent schedule than I've ever had, but not to that point where
Right,
I'm going
right.
to sleep every night at 10 o'clock, waking up every day at 5:30. It was or at 6 o'clock. Like that's not happening right now. But very very important. But yeah, again, it's a journey. It's gonna require some effort. And just like anything, anything worth doing is not easy. So
Right.
there'll be some challenges, but just stay locked in and focused, and you know what I mean. You can do it, and
See the
tell
benefits.
yourself that, and continuously remind yourself of that, because it's very very important. Anything else you want to add, Sid?
Uh, no, sir. I think you covered it all in that one. You know what I'm saying? I think we're good.
No. I appreciate you, brethren. But as always, we greatly appreciate y'all, everybody who tunes in. You can be anywhere in this world, but you decided to tune in to keep it thorough. You hear
Yeah,
me?
we appreciate that, man.
But yeah, we greatly appreciate
Absolutely.
y'all, all the love on the hats that we've sold, and that we will sell. I didn't mention the kits earlier. So be sure to go to keepitthorough.com/kits to view the kit that corresponds with this episode. We put a lot of time and effort into those things, and we think they're really really good reads, and we've also
Now, we
gotten a
don't
lot of
think that
feedback.
they're really good reads. They are really good reads
They are really
that you
good
should
good
indulge
reads.
in and check out. Learn something. You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying?
we've got a lot of good feedback, and there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. And our goal for this month is to hit 1,500 website visitors. We cracked 1,200 kind of easy. You hear me? Last
We
month,
did. We did. Last one we did
so
1,200.
we
We
yeah,
did.
we did more than 1,200, but yeah, the goal 1,500 this month, and we're looking to continuously climb and grow and improve and all that good stuff. But if you don't do nothing else,
Yeah.
keep it
Keep
thorough,
it thorough.
and we'll holler at y'all next time.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Deuces.